You're here about your order?
It's done.
Yes.
I made the armor. And it's garbage. I wouldn't let a festering swine wear it.
Wade, it's amazing. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Are you blind as well as stupid? The leg guards are too tight. It'll chafe. The dye isn't even... Look here. I see a splotch. It's garbage, I say.
It's fine. Truly. It's a work of art. Here, wear it well. Now kindly leave.
Oh, farewell, but hold on though.
Did you bring more scales? I want to try again. I've learned so much.
Wade, please leave the customer alone. How can I help you?
Yes, I have not just Drake scales, I also have dragon scale. Can you make armor out of dragon scale, perhaps?
You just don't know when to quit.
Why so glum, Heron? Today is a glorious day. Today, I make dragon scale armor.
I feel just giddy.
Alright, so what can you make with it?
Patience, patience. Now, I've dreamed of what I would do every night. It's in my head in perfect clarity. It will be the work of hours.
What? You're serious?
Absolutely. The only question is what type of armor. Dragon scale is marvelous, flexible and tough. I could make a lighter set of dragon skin armor, heavy dragon scale armor, or dragon bone plate. What interests you?
I prefer the... Oh. The medium armor. There's no light armor? Alright. Medium then. Set me up with the dragon skin.
Excellent, excellent. Now don't move.
Alright.
There you go. My life's work, that is.
You did it
Oh.
so fast.
Of course, Heron. Have some faith. I am a master armorer, you know.
Miracles never cease. But you're not welcome here anymore.
I need a
What?
sabbatical. Maybe someplace warm.
I hate my life.
Hold on.
Did you bring more scales? I want to try again. I've learned so much.
Wait,
Yes.
please leave the customer alone. How can I help you?
I have more Drake scales as well.
You must be kidding. We're done. No.
Heron, more scales. I can make another set.
Dear Andraste, no.
I've been thinking every night about what I'd do different. It's all in my head. Dear Heron, don't worry. I can make it faster this time.
You can?
You worry too much. Just give me the scales, friend, and I'll have my finest work for you.
Alright. Here are the scales.
I'll just close the shop until he's done. Thank you so much. Rotten bastard.
Sorry, you talking to me or... farewell.
Maker's breath. It's good to see you in one piece, my friend.
Indeed.
Yes,
We have been praying for your safe return, Warden.
Well, it's good to see you're alright, Honora.
I was uncertain you would respond as you did, considering the consequences. I am glad you did. Thank you. Now, however, we must work together. And quickly. My father has gone mad. I didn't believe it at first, but he is gripped by a paranoia so severe it prevents him from seeing sense. He saw me as
Right.
a threat. Yet even now, I'm certain he will be telling the nobles you are dangerous murderers that have kidnapped and mind-controlled me. He may even believe it.
So you're saying there's no way to reason with him?
I thought so. I'd hoped so. Hal's influence was strong. His death can only be a good thing, but even that will not be enough. I know my father, and he is committed to his course. He will see this through, no matter what. You will need ammunition come the Landsmeet, and I can help you in that regard. You have only just
Right.
arrived in the city, so perhaps you are unaware of some recent events. Denerim has been in turmoil since Ostagar. Many people here are angry or grieving. Strangely, the unrest is worst in the Alienage. Few elves accompanied the army, they should have little reason to be upset. Which means that Hao and my father must have given them reason. I don't know what is happening there, but I am certain my father has his hands in it.
A useful lead, Honora, but you could have sent this information with your maid.
That is true. I feared for my safety as Hao's prisoner. But to tell the truth, I sent Elena to you because I hoped we might join forces. You need that evidence for the Landsmeet. But you also need a stronger candidate for the throne. You need me.
You. And what of Alistair?
I have no doubt Alistair is biddable enough. And decent. But even with his blood, he is no king. You think only I can see it? Not only that, Alistair is a Grey Warden. It will look like you are trying to put a Grey Warden on the throne, despite your claims. I am a neutral party, and I am already queen.
Honora, you are indeed Kaelin's widow, but
I am the daughter of Ferelden's greatest general. Who do you think truly ruled this nation for the last 5 years? Kaelin. I am what this country needs, not an untrained king who does not even want the throne. I can help you stop my father. Consider what I have said. For now, I think I will retire to my room. Warden, when you have a moment, I ask that you speak to me in private.
Oh. Alright.
well, she's quite spirited. I remember when Loghain first brought her to Denerim. Poor Galen was a good boy, but Honora was always 2 steps ahead. Had him jumping when she snapped since the first time she batted her eyelashes. I cannot help thinking she may be trouble, but we should keep her close, all the same.
Indeed. Well, for now, Loghain is the only trouble I care about.
Loghain is the problem at hand, yes. We need to do all we can to erode his support before we call the Landsmeet.
And what do you think he's doing in the Alienage?
Maker knows what that man is capable of now.
I see. Well, I've got work to do.
Of course, if I might make a suggestion, go speak with Honora. She will either be a powerful ally or a powerful enemy, and the sooner we know which she is, the better.
Very well.
Hello again, friend. It looks as though you're no worse for wear after your stay in Fort Draken.
Greetings. So, what are your plans now?
When I'm well enough, I'm going to continue my journey toward Ostagar. Hopefully I'll be able to trace the heart of the Blight and where the Archdemon itself abides. If we want to defeat this Archdemon, we need to know where it is and how soon it might strike.
I see. So you're going alone. Shouldn't I go with you?
If there were more of us, I would agree. But as it is, I don't think we can deprive all the armies you've gathered of a commander.
Commander, eh? I suppose I am now. I was hoping I could learn a bit more about the Grey Wardens.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems to me that you've picked the important parts up yourself. Be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you'll share their deaths.
I see. Do you know how the Wardens were founded?
It was near 1200 years ago, and no one knows for sure, except that it began with a group of Ander soldiers. Apparently they defected from their king's army, vowing that fighting the Blight was more important, and traveled all the way to Tevinter themselves. They were the first ones to track down the Archdemon Dumat, and the ones to slay him, although none survived the battle. But they had picked up followers by then, and it was they who formally founded the Order, and were recognized by Thedas.
I see. Have you ever been to the fortress in Weisshaupt?
Once only, and I'd rather not go again.
Oh.
It's far, lad, and very foreign. The Wardens there, they fight Darkspawn like you and me, but they're shaped by the winters there and the forest. They're a cold group and don't care like they should about the rest of the world. Their king is weak, and many Anders look to the Wardens to rule. I hate to say this, but some of them seem to want it that way.
I see. How many wardens are there exactly?
It's tough to say. Only the fortress in Weishaupt has every record. But there are certainly a few dozen or hundreds in every nation in Thedas. The Anderfells are home to over 1,000. It's almost like the Archdemon chose Ferelden deliberately, knowing how unguarded it is.
Perhaps. So, why has it been so long since the last Blight?
Archdemons don't awaken on their own, you know. It takes
Oh.
the Darkspawn, tunneling and tunneling, searching for centuries to find one. And with no one to lead them, it must be sheer chance, or maybe instinct, which leads them. What's surprising isn't that it takes so long between blights. What's surprising is that they succeed at all. But I imagine the old gods call to them. And it's that voice in the darkness which drives them through so many generations.
I see. Well, I guess that's all for now.
The important thing to remember is, none of that matters. When you're facing Darkspawn, all you need to know is to stop them at all costs.
Indeed.
Hello again, friend. It looks as though you're no worse for wear after your stay in Fort Draken.
Yes, so, Riordan, did you know Duncan very well?
We went through our joining together, more years ago than I like to remember. He was exactly the same back then, tough as stone and just as grizzled. I think he understood sooner than the rest of us how ugly a choice it is to let the few be sacrificed to protect the many. Always left himself a soft spot for his recruits, though. Only way he ever let himself down.
I see. So, could you tell me about that vault again?
It's located just off the Market District in the northern alley past the Nord Noble Tavern. I'll sketch out the code which will let you pass the lock wheel. Inside you can take your pick of whatever equipment remains. It is the stockpile the Wardens have kept for centuries, for the defense of Denerim.
I see. Well, thank you. I really should be going now.
Good luck to you, then. We will have to talk again when the land's meet is more settled.
Oh, very well.
Hello again, Warden. It is good that you came to speak with me.
Greetings.
I will be blunt. I can see that your voice will be a strong one in days to come. It is to you that Eamon listens, and with good reason. My father must be stopped, but once that is done, Ferelden will need a ruler. I would welcome your support for my throne.
Are you proposing an alliance of sorts?
That is exactly what I am proposing. When the time comes, you support my bid in the Landsmeet to remain on the throne. You will be seen as my father's enemy, yet you will be in support of his daughter. You will be seen as supporting the interests of Ferelden, as opposed to solely those of the Grey Wardens. In return, I add my voice to yours. Do you see? Together we can do what alone we cannot.
And what happens to Logan if you are queen?
He is my father, as well as a great general, who has served his nation well until now. If there is a way for him to live, I would prefer it.
Justice must be done, don't you think?
I will always be my father's daughter, but even I know he must pay for his crimes. It will not make me glad, even so. Does that affect your decision? Can we yet come to an arrangement?
How about you simply marry Alistair? The best of both worlds.
Ignoring that the man looks so much like Cailan, my recently dead husband, if you'll recall, my main fear is that he might govern like Cailan as well. But it is true that Alistair has Theron blood. To some, this is more important even than practical considerations. A union might be considered a compromise, but is this something Alistair even desires?
I think I could convince him.
Let me say this. If Alistair is willing to stand back and allow me to continue governing the nation, then I would be willing to have him as my king. It is my understanding that governing does not appeal to him anyhow. If that is so, this is a compromise I can live with.
Very well. I will speak to him then.
Do so. I will be interested to hear what he has to say.
So will I.
So I'm guessing someone told Honora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. Did anyone mention this wasn't my idea? I think she's a great queen. As far as I'm concerned, she's welcome to it.
Uh-huh. I don't know. I think you'd be a great king, Alistair.
Really? Whatever will give you that idea?
Well, first of all, you're wearing the armor of a king. But you have a kind heart and a strong sense of justice.
Well, it's nice that you think so. What do you think I should do? Go ahead and be king, just to let it happen?
I think you should marry Honora.
Marry her? As in marriage? As in be her husband?
Yes.
You've spoken to her about this? You did, didn't you? Why
Perhaps.
would you do that? Did you take a blow to the head? That's crazy.
Why not? I think this is the best compromise for peace. She can rule while you lead. It's perfect.
I suppose. I don't know how much of a leader I am, but at least I know she's a good ruler. Go ahead, then. Tell her I'll do it if it comes to that. Now, excuse me while I go have a small heart attack somewhere. No big deal, right?
All right. That's more like it.
Well, have you spoken to my lucky betrothed yet? Or will we be reduced to passing notes?
Nope. He's agreed to your terms.
He has? I wasn't expecting that, to tell you the truth. To marry Kaelin's brother. Well, I suppose stranger things have happened. If it will truly help matters... Is this it, then? I agree to marry Alistair, to retain my throne, and in exchange I give you my support. If not, then tell me now.
Marry Alistair, and you have my support.
Done. So, we have a deal, Warden. I trust you'll keep your end of the bargain. Now, I suppose, comes the task of dealing with my father. That will be no small feat, of course, but I am certain you already know this. I imagine you have much to do. Is there anything else you needed from me?
I have some questions.
Ask me whatever you like.
So, what do you think will happen after the lands meet?
Do you want me to try my luck at fortune-telling? There was an old woman who read palms in the village of Gwarren when I was a child. She told me that I would have 10 children and be bald as a winter heath when I grew up. I can't say I put much faith in foretelling. What will happen depends much on you, Warden. But you certainly knew that already.
Perhaps. Alright. I'd like to understand Loghain better, if possible.
Well, he was once a farmer when he was a boy, if you can believe it. I never could myself. He's useless with plants, for one thing. I remember my mother once asking his help with a sick rose vine. My mother oversaw the rose gardens personally. He touched it. No more than that. And it shed half its leaves like a dog with mange. She never asked for him to help with her roses again. He bought her another one, though. He carried it back from Denerim with the branches overflowing his saddlebag. Despite the thorns tearing him bloody, he wouldn't let anyone else take it. He wanted to be the one to present it to her. My father has his faults, Warden, but he is far from common.
I see. And why would he ever have trusted Arl Howe?
Trust would perhaps be putting it too strongly. My father knew what Howe was, and while I despised the man, I knew that father relied on his political mind. I expect my father thought himself above being influenced by the snake. Truly, I wonder how many of these acts stemmed from Howe and not my father at all. We may never know.
I suppose not. So, did he plan overthrowing Kaelin before Ostagar?
I'm not sure. I had no inkling of my father's plans until Kaelin was already dead. I would like to think that my father planned for the worst, but did not truly decide that Cailan was a lost cause until that moment in Ostagar. The alternative is difficult to imagine.
I see. So is he truly beyond reason?
I hope not, but I fear it is so, yes.
Very well then. I should go.
Then I wish you luck, Warden.
Farewell.
We're closed. Oh, it's you.
Hello.
Drake scale armor is done. And it's, well, decent. Few things I'm rather proud of. And it didn't take as long as I feared. Odd.
You'd better be very proud, Wade. We can't afford any more flights of fancy.
I feel good, actually. I wouldn't mind working on Lord such-and-such's armor today.
We'll see how long this lasts. Here's your armor. Now please leave.
Alright.
Whoever you are, Wait. I know you. My son described you in great detail. He tells me that I owe you his life.
Well, I could never leave any man to suffer at all Howe's hands.
When I saw my poor boy's legs, I only wish Howe still lived that I might tear him apart myself. I would bring troops against his son. But Oswin tells me Thomas had no part in his father's depravity. Is there anything you would ask as a reward for saving Oswin?
No, all I want is for you to speak out against Loghain.
Thank you again. Know that I will stand behind you at the Landsmeet with all the support I can muster. In fact, I am taking my supper today with Ban Reginalda of the White River Benorn. I'll speak with her about this at once.
Alright, very good.
May I help you?
Greetings. I was asked to give this to you. Here you go.
This is Ermenric's. Explain yourself. My brother would no more part with this ring than with his head.
He asked you to pray for him.
I haven't heard from him in months. Where is he? What's happened?
He was captured while chasing a Maleficar. He is now in the dungeon of the Jarl of Denerim's estate.
A dungeon? What? No. I will go to him at once. Someone will answer for this. Take this with my thanks. It has been in my family since the War of Crowns, crafted for us by the Circle of Magi. An heirloom is a small thing compared to my brother's life.
Alright. Many thanks. Hello.
You are not welcome here.
I am here on behalf of the Mages Collective.
Doing the Templars' dirty work for them, eh? Templars or mages, it means nothing to us. There is dark power here, and you won't stand in our way.
Is that so? Then we shall see. Yeah. Oh, bastard. Alright. And so it is done.
What do you need?
Greetings. I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Regulus.
I suppose a noble death fighting the blighted wretches is better than basking in this squalor. They'd better be paying well.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. Farewell.
It's you. Come in. I didn't thank you before, did I? I wish I could give you something. Everything I owned was lost to looters after the purge.
Right.
Not that I had anything valuable to begin with.
So why were you in the dungeon?
Being stupid and hot-headed. The old Arl's son ruined my wedding. A few of us went to take back what he stole from us. I got captured. I suppose I got off easy in a way. I lived. Miss Taryn Howe's purge and the plague both. Lucky me. I guess the plague's been pretty bad. I've seen a few sick people myself, but by the time I got here, it seemed to be under control. There are mages from Deventer here helping to treat it. But there's something odd
Really?
going on, though. My cousin Shiani could tell you more. You can't miss her. Just look for the angriest woman in the Alienage.
I see. So the Chantry allowed foreign magic here?
I guess so. I'd expect Templars here otherwise.
So they either know about it and are allowing it, or they don't know about it. So if there's a plague, then why hasn't the alienage been closed off?
Between the Civil War and Ostagar, the city doesn't have enough soldiers left to seal the alienage. And only elves and refugees have gotten sick. I'm sure that if anyone important gets the plague, the alienage will burn. I guess the plague's been pretty bad. I've seen a few sick people myself, but by the time I got here, it seemed to be under control. There are mages from Deventer here helping us.
Right, you
My
said
cousin
that.
Shani could tell you more.
You said that. Alright, I should go.
I know you've already done a lot for me, but I have to ask. Could you talk to Shiani? Please. I don't know what's going on here, but I know she's in over her head.
You already told me to talk to Shiani. I will. I'll do it.
Really? I don't know what to say. Thank you. Make her bless you.
Alright, farewell.
I've got children at home. I can't wait out here for another day.
So go home. The best thing you can do for your children is not trust these charlatans.
Everyone remain calm. We will help as many as we can today, so long as we can do this in an orderly fashion.
Oh, you're helping us, are you, Shem? Like Valendrian and my Uncle Syrian, you helped them, didn't you? Help them never to be seen again.
We've explained this to you before, girl. More whining will not persuade us to let you into the quarantine to carry plague back out to the alienage.
Quit trying to get us all killed, Shiani. Some of us have still got things to live for.
If this spell of theirs works, why are half the people they quarantine perfectly healthy?
What's going on here?
What's wrong, Shem? Did you get bored and decide to come watch the elves die of plague? Wait. Sora's told me about you. You're the one who freed him from the dungeons. These foreigners say they're here to help with our outbreak of plague. Funny thing, though. All the people they help disappear.
That's not true, and you know it, Shiani. Both my sisters got the Tevinter spell cast on them, and they're fine.
Where's your niece, then? And my Uncle Syrian? And Valendrian?
Alright, where does this plague come from?
From the Blight. That's what they say, anyway. People started getting it after the refugees showed up from Ostagar, so I guess that makes sense. These men from Tevinter say their magic will prevent people from catching it. But it doesn't work if you're already ill. So they set up a quarantine. But many of the ones they quarantine aren't sick. One of them was our Haran, Valendrian. And I don't know what we're going to do if we don't get him back.
What is a Haran?
He's the elder, the person who guides us. Maybe that doesn't mean anything to you, but it's important to us.
Like a keeper of sorts. Does the god know about this?
They have to know about it. The Haran complained, and so did I. They just don't care, or something worse.
I will try talking to the healers.
You can try. Those guards mean business.
Alright, I will try.
I ask you to stand back. Some of these people are carrying the plague. The alienage is not safe for visitors.
Greetings. So, there's a plague here, eh?
For your own safety, we must ask you to leave now.
Oh.
You have already been told to leave. Please do not waste any more of our time.
Huh. Looks like we'll have to find another way in. Perhaps the back... Oh, hello.
No, you can't go inside just for a moment. So you might as well walk right back around to the front doors. You shouldn't be out on the streets now anyway. What with the plague?
Keeping your people from their families doesn't bother you?
Look, this is how things are. I didn't make the blight or the plague or anything. I'm just trying to make a living.
Uh-huh. And how much do they pay you?
Not enough to put up with all these questions. What do you want?
Would you let me in that house for 6 sovereigns?
6? Sure. I never saw you, and you never saw me.
Alright. Good man. Or... Good elf. Good elf. Go back home and enjoy those 6 sovereigns. It has been my pleasure.
Time for more practice.
Oh dear. Well... Just what on earth have we stumbled onto this time? Yeah! Have some of that. Oh, no.
Now this should be fun.
Have some of this. Alright. So it is done. Oh. There's a key with this note. Bring 8 males and 6 females? That? Huh. What's going on here?
Help us, please! We're not
Oh.
sick! Let us out of here!
What's going on here? Alright. Well, how do I know you don't have the plague?
I swear not one of us is sick. They take the sick ones out as soon as they come in. Please, help us!
Alright, I'm getting you out of there.
Thank you, friend.
Do you know what happens to the people they take?
I don't know, and I don't want to find out. We're leaving. Make her keep you.
Oh. Farewell, I suppose.
What's this? Another shipment already? We weren't... Wait. You're no Tevinter. Who are you supposed to be?
I am a ghost. Looking for the missing elves?
Quick, get them, hurry!
Alright, well. I didn't think any of these options would work anyway, so...
Now let's see, which one first?
Have at thee. And... Yeah. Another fireball. Coming right up. There we are. Sorry about that, Stan.
Surely you're joking.
Alright.
What is the meaning of this? We were told that there would be no interference from the authorities.
Yes, well, I'm not with the authorities.
Oh? An errant group of do-gooders, then? You will regret this,
You might say that.
Believe it or not, we've been given dispensation to do our business here. You Fereldans talk a great deal about how very wrong slavery is. But isn't it funny how quickly the smell of gold overcomes such ideals?
Indeed. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, I intend to shut you down even so.
And I intend to see you pay for the damage you've already done, in blood.
Then let us waste no more time. Let us begin with this. Yeah! Oh! Oh, blinking hell. Yeah.
Bad for you.
I keep doing this then, and one of these.
Oh, it's fair. Yes.
Ogren, attack! Ogren, attack! Don't worry about the traps. You'll be fine. Group heal. No, there we go. Winter's grass. Damn it, Stan, heal. I've given you health potions. Heal. There we go, good man. Ow! I give you control for 1 second and you do that.
See what your innards look like. Not bad at all.
And so it ends.
I am Caladrius, and you, I assume, must be the Grey Warden I've heard so much about.
Indeed. You've heard of me, then?
One can hardly get a word out of the Regent besides Warden these days. It's surpassed even gold in popularity.
Mm-hmm. And how exactly did you, become to be so familiar with Loghain?
Yes, you would be curious about that, wouldn't you? I've heard that you're trying to erode Loghain's support. It must be a difficult task, yes, like washing away a mountain. Perhaps you could use some help.
Not interested.
Pity. Looks as if we shall have to settle this the hard way, then. My apologies.
You have nothing to apologize for. It is my pleasure.
Time for more practice.
I'm asking for a simple command here. There you go. Now do it. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. There we are. That's more like it. That's more like it. See? Not so difficult at all.
Going. Yes.
The music! Time to dance!
A blood sacrifice! What power?
No, I don't think so.
Enough! Enough!
Oh?
It seems your reputation is an accurate one. I surrender.
I think it's too late for that, don't you think?
Wait! Hear me out, kind sir. Were I to use the life force of the remaining slaves here, I could augment your physical health a great deal. Allow me to leave this place alive, and I would be more than happy to do this little service for you. Is my offer of interest to you, yes?
Oh, you're serious? No, of course it's not of any interest, you terrible, terrible man.
Then, I don't suppose you would consider just, letting me go?
Let's see, horrible blood mage, Tevinter, very rude, and, dealing in the slave business, also an ally of Loghain. No, I don't suppose I would.
Ah. Well, that is a shame, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. Goodbye. Crazy bloody Tevinters. Go back where you came from.
You don't look like a Tevinter. Not that it means much. Are you one of them?
Well...
What happens to us now?
I am wearing a Tevinter robe. That's probably the confusion. I'm assuming old age, wise sounding. You must be Valendrian. Shiani was looking for you.
Shiani? Did she send you here? Praise the Maker.
Indeed.
We will not trespass long on your good graces. Come, everyone. Let's go home.
Oh, what's this now? Documents authorizing the removal of elves from Denerim's alienage. Signed by Tern Loghain MacTer. Well, isn't that interesting?
Ah, it's you. Welcome. Please, come
Greetings.
in. Tell me, how is Duncan?
Duncan? You know that? You know Duncan?
He's been a friend of mine for many years, yes. From the look on your face, I take it the news is bad.
Well, yes, I'm afraid he died at Ostagar.
I am sorry to hear that. I knew that the Warden suffered great losses at Ostagar, but a few escaped. I had hoped Duncan might be one of them.
No, I'm afraid not. So, how did you know Duncan?
He came here, now and then, to look for potential recruits. Perhaps that seems strange to you, but Duncan was a man who knew that talent could emerge in the most unlikely places.
So what will you do about the plague now?
We've been through outbreaks of pestilence during the war with Orlais. We'll endure. I doubt very much now that the Tevinter intervention would have helped us anyway.
I see. Well, I should go.
Please, take this.
Oh.
Duncan gave it to me years ago. I suspect you'll put it to better use than I would.
I see. Thank you. Farewell. Alright, according to Riordan, the Grey Warden's secret vault should be...
Going.
In here. Oh, there it is. Oh, Duncan's shield. With the insignia of the Grey Wardens emblazoned on it. Interesting.
Ah, Warden, we finally meet. I know why you're here. Talran sent you. My own son wants me dead. Well, I suppose I should be proud that I bred in him such ambition.
Indeed. But why would he want you dead?
He is an ambitious child. Hungry for the guild to be the way it was in his grandfather's day. A violent band bolstered by secret funding from the nobility. He disagrees with my belief that we can make our way without such backroom dealing. We can, instead, work with honor and integrity.
Well, I happen to agree with you.
I appreciate you saying that, Warden. It's good to know that my beliefs are shared by someone of your station. I have wrestled with my own emotions about my son for some time, in fear that I may have to turn a blade on him myself. But I cannot bring myself to do it. Kill my own son. Even if it's what's best for my men.
Well, I could.
I ache even discussing this, but... Talran has killed his opponents and bullied my men. It has to stop. Challenge him to a duel and defeat him. Return to one of our posts, and I will reward you.
Shall be done.
As much as I appreciate your help, I cannot see you after the deed is done. Despite everything, you will still be the one who killed my son. Last I heard, he was headed toward Lothering. You should find him there. Come, men! Evil thoughts make me thirsty for ale.
Farewell.
My friend. Look, everyone, it's our Grey Warden associate. Do you have business with me?
Indeed. I'm here to kill you.
I suppose my father got to you. Did he tell you about honor and integrity, about my evil plans to conquer the guild? His beliefs are outdated and destructive. Since I put my plans in place, this guild has blossomed. We are better funded and better equipped than ever. You were part of that. Stopping his supply chains, bribing nobles in Denerim. Take pride, my friend. We are remaking the Irregulars into a political force.
Tell me, how much is your life worth to you?
I am a rich man. I could be convinced to pass some of those riches on to you. I suggest that this be the last of our business together, my friend. Come, men. Let's see about tracking the old man down.
Hold on, I never said that. I'm sorry it had to come to this, but you must die.
You're entitled to your opinion, but I think my men might disagree with you. Men, to me!
Yes, men, to him.
Let's wipe them out quickly.
To your deaths.
Going. And I'm off.
Walking bomb.
Let's do this quickly, shall we?
Yeah.
Going.
Let's see what you
Try to be merciful.
Bonk. And so it has ended.
Come to check on my Hala and I again, have you?
Yes, I'd like to help again.
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
Let's see here. Let's see if I've managed to learn anything.
And? What do you think?
I truly cannot tell.
I am glad you attempted it, regardless.
Here, calm down, Hala. It's alright.
Yes, that's it. She's calming down.
Oh?
That's it, love. Be calm. Tell me what troubles you. Ah, I see. It is her life mate who is sick, not her. He was bitten on the leg during the attack, and she fears greatly for him. I did not realize another Hala was injured. This will allow me to prevent the sickness from spreading to the entire herd. Masiranus, thank you. You have done my clan a great boon this day. I will always be grateful for your help.
Oh, it was nothing. Don't mention it. Look at what I found, Alistair.
This shield. It's Duncan's, isn't it? That's his crest.
Yes, I think so. I thought you might want it.
Thank you. Truly, I had no idea his shield wasn't with him. This is perfect. I don't know how else to express my gratitude. This means a great deal to me. I can't believe you remembered it at all.
Of course I remembered.
I'll treasure this. Thank you.
You are welcome. Wherever you are.